The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the April 20th, the magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. You can send me an email like John, Suzanne, Yvonne, and Leonardo have. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magnificent, marvelous, magical Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to last show. Right now, we got all the indices in the red out here. The Dow down 293 points, a little over 1%, 1.25% to the downside. S&P 21 points. NASDAQ 100, 27 points. That's 0.3%. Russell is down just a little over 1 point. That is 0.1%. Semis off 0.5% or $10. Spot volatility index is trading out of 40.56. I believe that is below its 50-day exponential moving average. So that still says sideways to a bullish market as we speak right now. Goldilocks is trading out at 17.10. It's regained that very important level. I think it's 17.06. We'll take a look at it, and that's what you're going to be want to watch at the end of the day. Silver up 30 pennies. That's up nearly 2%. Light sweet crude, you know, the talk of the town. June contract back nearly, a little over 11%, $2.80. Trade out at 22.23. Other than for blanks and giggles, and you can go ahead and put that word into the blank. No reason for us to really look at the May contract out here, and therefore we won't. If we take a look at the 30-year Treasury, up 22 ticks out there, trading out at 180.18. Dollar-wise, leading the charge to the upside, it is up nearly 39 bucks or 6%. Shopify, that is. Amazon is up $28, a little over 1%. Madison Square Garden's up 14 bucks. Netflix 13, Wayfair 12, Ring Central about 12. To the downside, Booking Holdings, that would make sense. That's the old Expedia, down 43 buckaroonies. Equinix off 19. CoStar Group down 16. Transdigim Group down 13. No more groups out here. Sherwin-Williams painting the town red off $12.22 out there. So let's see. Let's just take care of a couple of the den questions out here. We do that. And the first question was, is XLK a short? Well, let's go take a look at the XLK. We'll go take a look at the daily indice out here. Tarpon 2, we'll take a look at what its signal is for both you and I. So let's pull over the XLK and let's see what we see. Now, the question is it a short? The only shorting pattern that is in play out here right now, Tarpon, would be the TD 9-count pattern. The high of our Friday's bar was the high so far of this rally. That was bar number 9 of the TD 9-count, and that can be a topping signal. Is that the high? Is that a short? Is that good enough to be a short? we'll go take a look at the market profiles here. That's what we're going to do for you to then answer that question. As I take a look at this chart right now, do I see a topping pattern? Yes. But the thing is, Tarpon, what I also see and what you should also see, what everybody should also see, is the potential for the Gartley sell pattern. Now, the Gartley sell pattern, that's got an A to B equals CD. In this case here, that price projection would be 91.04. Price hasn't gotten up there. Would Friday's high qualify for that as being close enough? Well, it would if we had a bearish reversal candle today. And thus we don't. And therefore, because I believe when we do get that next topping signal out here, we do get the next topping pattern, you don't really need to sell that top tick other than maybe for some type of ego thing out there. And then it's so hard to do out here that because again, the markets are, over the longer period of time, we're going to take out the lows of March. Not by a little bit. We're going to crush those lows out here. And so therefore, if you believe that, not a story that I'm making up out here, if you believe that, then what I would suggest, Tarpon, is wait for that Gartley sell signal to form out here. Now, let's say you don't want to do that. Let's say you want to be an aggressive trader. Okay, I get that. So if you want to be an aggressive trader, then what I would do is I would say, well, okay, what's the market breadth look like in the XLK for its short-term time frame out here? As you know, I'm not a big fan. In fact, I am not a fan at all of using a 60-minute time frame for an ETF or a stock that trades for 6.5 hours. You just don't have equal. You don't have equal periods out here. But with regard to the, but I can't control that out here because I only have 60 when we come to market profiles out here, 60 to 40 daily and weekly. I do have another tool that gives me some intraday stuff, but only for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. But here, if we take a look at the XLK, you're going to see, and that's this white background area out here, you're going to see that it's bullish, Tarpon, for all time frames. 60-minute to 40 daily and weekly. If we take a look at the 60-minute time frame as an example out here, what you're going to see is this thing has had a bullish crossover since April 16th out here. This is just a 60-minute time frame. And so what I really think that you would need to see, what I would want to see to say, okay, go ahead and take a short out here, was I would like to at least see some type of bearish crossover for a short-term time frame. And we don't have it as we speak right now. You've got 43 constituents trading above the top of their 60-minute profile and only 10 below the bottom. So Tarpon 2, I hope that that answers your question with regard to what are the markets communicating to you and I about the XLK? And is there the potential for the topping pattern? Absolutely. That TD9 count that we can see right here. But is that good enough for us to go ahead and take the trade? No, because what we really want to see is in the short-term time frame, which is in essence what we just took a look at, we'd want to see some type of confirmation, some type of bearish crossover, and we just don't have it. Peter was asking about the market profiles. So if we go take a look at the market profiles here for the ES Mini, let's go take a look at it. Price, I believe, is trading right around that level, maybe just right now slightly below. Let's do this here. Let's take a look at all the market profiles. So when we take a look at the ES Mini, it's trading at 28.43, and the bottom or the top of the profile is 28.46. So in essence, it's trading, right around that level of resistance out here. Prices above the weekly profile, 27.79. Prices below the monthly top of its profile at 28.98 out here. Our high so far has been 28.85. That's what I see, Peter. When we take a look at the profiles for the S&P or the ES Mini out there. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other tigers and tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Ray in Sarasota. Ray, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Steve. And
Great.
I got two stocks for you today.
Sure.
First one is NAT.
Okay. Tell us what you're
And
doing.
I've got a position in it. I've been in it for some time. It's a significant position. And I wanted to get your perspective on where you think it's going.
So it's really run into a significant resistance area. And the resistance area that I'm first taking a look at is on the monthly time frame. You say you've been in it for a while. And so when I hear that, that says, okay, let me see what's going on longer term. And the top of its monthly profile is priced at 456. So far this month, it got up to 489. We're going to take a look at that resistance that it hit and then pulled back. And so you really need to see a close above that 456 level come the end of this month for the charts to say, okay, this thing wants to run higher. A potential resistance level on the daily time frame is 446. That's the center of its box. Now, the center line, that's the cyan color, and the very left-hand panel chart is really in the center of the box. Now, it doesn't look like it's a box. When I say box, folks, I'm just really mentally taking a look at the top, the red line, the green, the bottom line out there. So we know at the red, we've got sellers. The green, we've got buyers. And at the cyan color, we've got both buyers and sellers. So in essence, that's so this is at resistance, clearly at resistance when I take a look at it out here. Now, when I pull over my daily time frame with my other signals out here, 456. Geez, is that the same number that came up? Was it actually 450? Son of a gun. How did that work? Well, 456 on the daily time frame is also resistance out here. And that is where price began breaking down. Let me get my crosshair out here. I can give you the date on that. That was on the trading session of January 22nd. Now, price did clear that for it was a one-hit wonder. That was March 31st. That was that move up to that 489, and it proceeded to give it up. That was a one-hit wonder out here. Now, price hasn't broken down or anything. But if you're asking me, hey, what's Nordic American Tankers doing? It's struggling at a real key level of resistance, 456 out there. So does that help you? Is there anything else that you need on Nordic American Tankers?
No, that's helpful. That's helpful.
All right.
And it looks like we're at, a 6 count now?
I believe it was 7. I just changed it to your other instrument. But I believe that if it was 6, then today will be 7 out there. But it's done what it needed to do, which was try to get up and over resistance, failed to do so. And so, you may have gotten everything that you can out of Nordic American Tankers out here. And I guess, I don't know enough about the business to know how many available ships that they still have out there to put any oil in it if anybody wanted to buy oil. But it's kind of it makes sense that it's run into resistance right here and right now.
Okay, and I got a second stock, Umana Gold, AUI.
Yeah. Yes, and so what are you doing here?
I've been in this one a long time. I've sold a lot of my position on Friday and today, and I don't know if I pulled the trigger too soon.
Well, the resistance from a market profile standpoint, as far as trying to identify where sellers are at, the only resistance level that we have out here would come from the weekly time frame. And it's a bearish structured profile. What that means here is that center line is much closer in proximity to the top. The top's 467. Sellers are there. Buyers and sellers at 413, and then the bottom of the box is where the buyers are at 250. So you're in this zone out here where sellers are at. And so the mere fact that you went ahead and took your profits, if you're trying to squeeze every single penny as if we could figure out exactly where it's going to stop, price that is, okay, maybe. But this also has a TD9 count topping pattern out here. And its oscillator and change line, which turned from red to green just a couple of days ago, suggests that we're going to see that line and price catch up to each other. So I like what you did out here. Maybe you could have got a little bit more from it, but there's a topping signal here, and there's a signal to suggest that price should pull back as well, or at least move sideways.
Okay. Good. You've been a big help as usual.
Well, thanks.
I appreciate your
calling.
perspective.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for calling, and have a great day. Stay safe out there. Let's go to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Steve. How about yourself?
Doing well also. Now, are you still in Clovis Oncology?
I am. I talked to you before. I've traded this. This isn't the first time, but I most recently got in when it made that low down in the threes. My average is 375, and so I just was hoping you could take a look at where we're at this point, and it looks like there might be a kind of a breakdown area around 10-11 that it's heading towards, but it has some volume today. Just wanted to get your thoughts on it, if you could.
Sure. So it's completed the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. Its price projection was 960. It's trading right now at 954, and the high out here so far today has been 995. Now you've got a wide ranging bar as it stands right now, moving into the D point of that A to B equals CD pattern. And typically that tells you that price wants to move higher. So in ABCD land, the next price projection would be 1071, and that gets you back into the range where price had stalled out at the prior highs in the early part of January up until about the middle of February. Your 1-to-1.618 A to B equals CD pattern would be $12.12 out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at the daily time frame. The weekly time frame.
Can I ask you something real quick, Steve, while you're there on that chart?
Yes. Go right ahead.
Do you have any thoughts on, I mean, if you were to connect all those tops from that high, where it made it up to 17, and then just that whole kind of run down to where it went to, but you use those tops, it looks like to me that it's gotten above, that level. If you just took a diagonal line coming down, descending line, it's made it above that. Do you have any thoughts on that at all?
So,
I mean, maybe you don't even really use that, or I kind of do sometimes.
Yeah. So you can watch this, right? So let me just connect it like this. Here's a typical trend line. And all I'm doing, folks, I'm just really connecting two highs out here, the two highs from left to right, and then I'm just simply going to, I've got the ability to just extend that line out here. So yes, price did break above that trend line. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, to me that's a positive, I guess. We'll see what happens with it. But.
Oh no, absolutely, no, it is a positive. The A to B equals CD pattern we use kind of for price projections to give you a feel for where price might go, especially when on the daily chart it's above resistance out here. And as I say, typically when you make the D point, the key is there are many keys to the A to B equals CD pattern, but one of those is what's the bar as you're coming into that level. And here it's one of the wider ranging bars. The only bar that's wider in ranging off of the bottom was that March 27th level out here. So that is suggestive to you and I that it wants to extend itself. Now, the problem, or the larger problem, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we come back from the breakout here, Brent, is that it's trying to get through the top of its monthly profile. And that price point is 981. There's your fly in the financial ointment, so to speak. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back with Brent in Martinez, California. We're taking a look at Clovis Oncology. CLVS is the ticker symbol. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Folks, so we're taking a look at the chart for Clovis Oncology. And Brent, what I did was I flipped over to my my Ninja Trader charts out here with my other tools. And we can see that today is going to be the day following bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So we could see a pause here, a pullback. I'm more in line with, and it's a wide ranging bar, moving into that A to B equals CD. But what you should anticipate is over the coming sessions, and I don't know how many sessions, but we should see my oscillator and change line and price catch up to each other. When it changes color, it's very similar to like it did back here. So let me pull the chart a little bit further over to the left, so that way, everybody can see how this actually works out here, this little phenomena. Back on the trading day of, looks like February 26 or 27 was when that green line changed to red. And then we saw in the ensuing sessions, we ended up seeing price and that line test each other. And there was a test and rejection. There was actually a test and a cross above it on March 6th, but we can see it was a bearish profile out there. That price never closed above. The very following day, price got back below the red line out there and then continued moving lower. So we should see over coming trading sessions, I don't know if it's 4, 5, 6, 3, whatever it might be, there is a pullback in its future out here. So that's what I see when I take a look at the daily time frame. And then it makes sense now when we look at the monthly, that price is running into resistance at the top of that profile. That's where the sellers are at in the 981 level. Not until you see closings above 981 can you really start to feel comfortable that this is ready to take off for a higher level, such as 1448, which is the top of the weekly profile. So from that information, what other questions can I answer for you?
Oh, as usual, Steve, you've covered pretty much all the bases you're pretty proficient at doing. So I hope you had a great weekend.
Yes, I did. How about yourself?
Oh, yeah, it was nice weather here, and I've been trying to reestablish this where our house is. It was, one of the only ones on this, they owned a bunch of acreage, and it was an orchard, mainly stone fruits like peaches and nectarines, all that kind of stuff. And so
cool.
I've been over time reestablishing that. And then I planted our vegetable garden too. I did that over the weekend. So just trying to, just turn into a farmer, I guess. I don't know.
I like it. So peaches, do you still have the peach trees?
I do. Yeah. Yeah, I have. And they always do really good. I mean, they have I have to basically give a bunch of them away. I mean, we probably have average about at least a couple hundred a year on that one tree. It's a O. Henry, and then I have nectarine, and I have another peach, and I have plum, and I have just a number of different fruit trees on the property. So.
Oh man, that sounds great. Kind
of nice to go out in summertime and just pull one right off of the tree and have it fresh off the trees.
Oh, I love that. I love the sound of that. Well, now we're all jealous. But it sounds like a great project, and the beauty is you're not going to go hungry. So I like that.
I've tried to keep them all, they're semi-dwarf, so I can stand there, and I don't even have to use a ladder. I can just stand right, and reach up and at the highest point and pull stuff off of there. So.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's great. Hey, Brett, always good to talk to you. Have a magical, marvelous Monday, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon.
All right, do the same, Steve. Thanks so much for your help, and just have a great week. You take care.
My pleasure. That was Brent in Martinez, California. Let's go out to North Carolina and speak with Brian. Brian, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. I understand you want to talk about light sweet crude?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, so I've been watching U.S. oil, which is a ticker I can get on my TradingView program, and I believe it's the price of WTI crude. And
Go ahead. Sorry about that. Uh-oh, did we lose Brian? Oh, bummer. Brian, hopefully you're listening. You go ahead and call back in. And in the meantime, let's go to Ron in Denver. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Great, Steve. I had two questions. Nordic American Tankers, NAT.
Yeah.
Because there's no place to store it, these guys are getting like $40,000 to $60,000 a day for their tankers.
Yes.
So it's a really strong revenue source for them. And I just wondered, how high do you think this thing would? Where do you peg the resistance on this?
Yeah, so you missed our first caller, so I'll just give you the quick synopsis because this was what he had called about, and so I don't want to go through it in too much detail. But I will give you the masculine version of this. The recommendation, because he's been in it for a long period of time, was if he was looking to sell, then now is the time. And the reason is because, and he's been in for a while, is because it ran right up into resistance, and that's at 456. That's the top of its monthly profile out here. We took a look at a number of other things, but you'll be able to catch the archive to see what we were looking at out here. But if you're asking me, is now the time to enter a long position in Nordic American tankers, my answer is absolutely not.
Okay. Well, I bought calls on it earlier. I'll get out. But anyway, I had a question. They say oil is below $6, but I punch up /CL and it shows it at $22. What's the difference?
Well, it's really so if we're in contract rollover, so we're going from May to June. If you want to know what the actual low is on the May contract, it's $1.02. But nobody's taking delivery of May crude oil. It's irrelevant, and basically everybody that's in that contract has rolled it or should have rolled it over into June. So right now, and what I have up on my screen here, if you're interested in light sweet crude, this shows you what the contracts are from June 2020 to November 2021. If you wanted to buy the futures contract in November 2021, that's going for $36.80. June, June, it's $21.80. So there's a $10 spread there. So
they're optimistic it's going to improve over the next 30 days.
I don't know. Here's what I don't have.
Futures are saying, or no? Oh.
What's that?
If the June contracts are at 36, are they looking for it to move up?
It's so far out. I really just have this up here for you so that folks can get a perspective of the futures contract. I really put this together, I believe, on Friday for one of our subscribers that was interested in understanding what was the difference between the contango, the price at what May was going for versus June and July. And the issue was there's just really no storage. You can't take delivery. I mean, you can if you've got if you had a big tanker and it was empty, you could go ahead and take delivery.
But you charge them for it.
Yeah. So with regard to light sweet crude, I don't have any kind of bottom signal or anything out here for any.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, you betcha.
Thank
Good to talk to you, Ron. Thanks so much for calling. Let's go back out to Brian. Brian, thanks again. Sorry that we got cut off. So tell us what you're looking at and how I can help you.
Yeah, so I was basically looking at the May 2020 futures contract, and I was sitting there thinking, wow, this is like going to, negative numbers here. But now that you explained it to the other guy there, I kind of understand, like, okay, just because that's at 1 doesn't mean that all these futures out here are going down. But I've been looking into getting XLE and Chevron and
so we can take a look at Chevron. Yeah, let's. We can take a look at a couple stocks for you. We're about to go to a hard break.
Cool.
We're about to go to hard break, so hold on through the break, and we'll come right back and take a look at Chevron. Ticker symbol is CVX. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're going back out to North Carolina to speak with Brian. We're going to take a look at Chevron. Now, do you have a position in Chevron, Brian, or you're looking to tell me what you're looking to do here?
I just bought a small amount, and my thinking was, okay, look, oil's down, it's down 86%, and since Chevron's still, holding its ground pretty well, I thought that it might be, there might be a lot of big money moving into it, or just some reason why it's staying alive, basically. But then you were showing how, the futures contracts might not be down as much as, the price of oil at this instant in time. So I was just kind of curious about your.
It depends. Yeah, it depends what front month, what delivery time period it is that we're looking at. But there's the directional correlation certainly between the Chevron, the energy sector itself. But we really want to trade the actual. We want to understand, hey, what are shareholders, buyers and sellers telling you about Chevron out there? We want to be aware of the correlation, but not hyper focusedly. Just zero in on just that. If we take a look at the Chevron chart out here, let me pull over the daily time frame chart for you. We're going to see that on a daily basis, this did generate a bottom signal. So, Brian, if I were going to try to assist you and teach you what to be looking for, if you're trying to buy something that's making a bottom, then one of the better patterns that are out there, and there's several, there's a handful that I like to use, but one of the better patterns is the Rhodes momentum indicator out here. And my system is drawing these black diagonal lines when the pattern becomes starts to trigger. But the whole key of it is the confirmation of it. There's really a couple different elements of it. But one of those confirmations of price moving lower, doing less relative energy, is to get some type of bullish reversal candle. That's when the cavalry, that's when buyers have signaled to you that, okay, they're ready to defend a position out there. So this is a battle of like a war out here, a stratego, something along those lines. And on the trading session here of March 24th, that wasn't the bottom. That was the confirmation of the bottom out there, because that gave you the gap to the upside. A rising window is also a bull separating line, and simultaneously price closed above my red line, or the oscillator and change line. And that was enough to say, okay, there was some counter trend move that could continue out here, going on out here. So you have a current position, a small number of shares. What you're up against right now is the battle between a smaller area of sellers and buyers, resistance and support. And right now you're interested in resistance, and that's at 87.88. But if Chevron is unable to take out that resistance, well, if you can't bust it out, then it will try to bust it down. So where is support? And that's at 77.71 as we speak right now, or 77.70. And so you wouldn't want to see it close below that, because if you did, that would be telling you that Chevron is likely going to go explore the lows out there, much like the entire marketplace. So you're running up into resistance as we speak right now. I don't know whether it can take it out or it can't take it out. You want to be aware of where resistance is. You are. Now you also want to be aware of support is. And that way you can make some type of trading decisions. On a counter trend move in a bearish market inside of Chevron, it's basically done what it needed to do. And on the weekly basis, that was get up to the same oscillator and change line, but for the weekly time frame. Now price is just slightly above it. The week is not over out here, but in that line is right around 84.73 as we speak right now. So I say go ahead, stay with the trade, be careful, and make sure that you would close it out if you see a stop below support, 77.70.
Copy that. Thank you very much.
You bet. So thanks for calling in, and have a great day.
You too. Bye.
You bet. That was Brian in North Carolina. I think I've got to just go find it here. I think we've got one more caller on the line. Do we have Suzanne from Canada? Suzanne, thanks for holding.
Hi, Steve. I emailed you, so just ignore my email.
Okay.
You had so many people calling you, I thought I would get in line.
Well, glad to hear your voice. Thank you for calling.
I wanted to ask you, XLF. I was short, and I got stopped out this morning. So is it still a good idea to get back in, or should I wait for a different entry? Can you give me your analysis? I'll hang up and I'll listen. Thank you very much.
You bet. Suzanne, thanks so much for calling. So we're going to go take a look at the financial sector out here. We can see that the financial sector, you bet. So there's it completed a Gartley sell pattern, and it did that about 2, 4, 5, 6 trading. It did it on the trading session of April 9th. And folks, you can see this if you're looking at the left-hand panel chart out here. You'll see the A to B equals CD. Its price projection was 23.69. The actual high was 23.66. Not too shabby out there. That's not the problem. The problem was the following day, April 13th. There's your bearish reversal candle out there. That bearish reversal candle set up the Gartley sell. So when Suzanne says, and she was short and she got stopped out, that's cool. Your stop, Suzanne, may have been too tight. I don't know what your stop was and where your entry was. Here's what I can share with you to the extent that you're going to get back in on that trade. The average daily true range over the last 10 trading sessions is $1.15. Now, what that means is that when you enter a trade, your stop must be at a minimum more than $1.15, because $1.15 is just daily noise. So if you got in now, price at 22.11, we'll just call it $1. Let's say you put in your stop at 21.11. I would say naughty. Don't do that. Do not make tight stops. And I'm not speaking to Suzanne. I'm speaking to everybody out there. Do not use tight stops. And in fact, in volatile markets, you need to have wider stops. And your stop should be something like what I like to use the last 10 days. You can use something else, but again, this is the last 10 trading sessions, $1.15. And in volatile markets, your stop should be $1.15 times 1.618, a Fibonacci expansion level. And that would be your stop. Now, the stop, the size of the stop only impacts one thing, or should only impact one thing. And that's how many shares you purchase. You see, what it's the real key to staying in and staying alive in this game. It's not as much the wins and losses. You're not going to have you're not that good to have only losing trades. And if you are, and if you believe that whatever trade you've got, you're going to lose and you're really 100% good at it, then I want to sign you up on my team because I'll absolutely take the other side of the trade. You're just, no, we're not that good or we're not that bad. But getting back to position sizing, because that is the key here. Take your free trading capital, multiply that times 1%. On $10,000, that's $100. You take that $100 risk and you divide it by your stop. That tells you how many shares you should buy, or potentially how many shares you should buy. In that case here, on $100, if it was a dollar stop, it's not, we'd call it a $2 stop. It would say you could buy 50 shares of the XLF to go short. So is it a short, the XLF? The answer is absolutely. It has a Gartley sell pattern. And I would have to say your real stop out on this would be something above 2366, the top of its current daily profile. Suzanne, thanks for writing in. Thanks for calling just to make sure we would look at it. I hope that helps. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the market, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to, I know we've got a caller. We got Ryan. Is it Ryan in California?
Yep, that's right. Hey, first-time caller. Wondering if you could take a look at Kirkland Lake for me. I have a pretty big position in it. Just wondering what you recommend.
Is it a long-term type hold? What's your
long-term. It just had a big old dip. I held through it. I bought some more. I'm back to even basically right now. Just don't want to go through that again.
Got it. Okay, so then what you really need to see this do is probably clear $38.82 on a weekly time frame. And that's going to be your resistance on your weekly level. If this is just a counter trend rally, and so this would be a level you're going to want to watch inside of Kirkland Lake Gold, 37.92 is the bottom of its monthly profile. And once price closes below it, as it did on February, and then again in March, and now when we take a look at this rally out here, that's where it's found resistance. So once it closed on a monthly base below 37.92, it's said to be careful out here. Now, on the daily time frame, do I have a top? It's close. It's close to an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, a Gartley sell pattern, but not completely. In this case here, I would say if you see KL close below $31.82, then that's telling you it wants to head lower. Now, it's at 36.82 right now, but that's the last breakout level on a daily time frame is 31.82. Pulling back to that level and testing and rejecting it, that would be bullish. Closing below that level, Ryan, would suggest that this thing is going to head lower out there. So does that help you out?
Yep, that helps me out.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Watch that 37.92. Certainly a close above 38.82 would be nice. And just don't let price close below that 31.82 level. And thanks for calling in. I want to hear you call in again. I want you to be a second-time caller. All right, my friend?
Sounds good. We'll do.
Okay, sounds great. Hey, folks, thanks so much for being here today. Great show. Thanks for all the calls out there. Much appreciated. Stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear, the world's favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. And then Tom O'Brien to take us on home from 3 to 4. Have a magical Monday, folks. We'll see you on Taco Tuesday. Take care.